Do you see this light over my head? This is me having a bright idea. This is gonna be a really quick video, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna put some dates out I want to watch because this may finally be the year we see the last of 45. This that we see or hear of him, and it cannot happen too fast. Now I remember I've got it written down somewhere. I called that Melania should be divorcing this year. It hasn't happened yet. We're heading into June. I might be wrong. And remember, there's some question about what his actual birth time is. So if his birth time is actually a couple minutes off, and he's 0 Virgo rising or even 1 Virgo rising, which I suspect is actually the case, I looked at the chart again because I've been avoiding doing this since he left office. I'm tired of him and everything he represents. And it occurred to me that he is taking this eclipse at 19 Gemini. He's taking this eclipse to his full moon in his chart. So that was interesting. And then I was like, well, let me take a look at his progressed chart. Well, boys and girls, his progressed chart has the midheaven coming to his natal Pluto in the 12th house. If he's 0-1 Virgo rising. So, but because we're so far into this year, right? Because this is not 2020 now, this is 2021, and he's definitely up to his nose in trouble. It's not very impressive for someone to say, "Oh, he's in trouble now," because yeah, that's kind of obvious at this point, right? And as of today, under this eclipse, apparently his chief financial officer, Weisberg, I don't know what this guy's name is. He's facing more criminal charges, and there is the very real indication that he's going to flip. Literally, it's going to flip this log over, and all those rapscallion little insects of truth and chicanery is all going to come to the surface. So this is pretty much when the CFO flips, it's kind of a given. They're telling us that's the end. That is the end of the game over. So, but it just seems too good to be true, doesn't it? So I did a quick scan of the chart using 0 or 1 Virgo rising, not the 29 Leo rising. And these are the dates I want to give you, so I want to keep an eye on it because they're literally just down the pike a little bit. So I suspect that all of this is going to be done and over with by November. So I know they are also saying that with federal charges and things of this nature, you know, the prosecution, all of this stuff could take years before it's finished. I don't know anything about that, so maybe, right? But according to the transits and other things going on in the astrology side of this is very fast moving because come November, this should be all done and over with, right? The only thing left is to size him for the jumpsuit. So by November 19th, now we will have an eclipse at 27 Taurus on November 19th, and that will hit his rectified midheaven, not the 29 Leo rising chart, but the 0-1 Virgo rising chart. That will hit the midheaven for that chart. That eclipse, and that of course is your public standing and your relationship with society at large and all that sort of stuff, your status in life. He really takes a hit with this particular eclipse. Now that eclipse gets activated early, so we're going to see this eclipse actually kick off, right? Anything we're expecting from this eclipse, we're going to see kick off in August. So what I want you guys to watch, because August is a big month for him. I think that's going to be the month that the whole castle comes crumbling down. In August, between August 15th and August 22nd, is when all of this should implode. Literally, all just kind of cave in at like a giant sinkhole, swallowing up everything standing on top of it. He will have the eclipse being activated. His natal 12th house Mars will be part of this activation. And there's I don't know where that came from, this right? Anyway, and there's going to be a full moon that week on the 22nd, which will involve, again, because it's going to be by opposition, it's going to oppose his 12th house Mars. As well as sitting on that 7th house cusp from the 6th house side. Because remember, we're saying he's 0 or 1 Virgo rising, not Leo rising. So that full moon sits down in the sixth house, which is the house that would cover employees and subordinates and service people. So some of this stuff is, and also your daily habits and routines, all the little nitpicky structures and systems in your life that keep life moving, right? You know, you get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, comb your hair, you know, wash your face, put your clothes on. That's kind of a system or routine that you follow that keeps life moving. And those are the things that are going to be highlighted and really emphasized during this week. So that may prove to be part of his downfall at this time is these habits and routines, or servants, service people, employees, people who work for him, throwing them under the bus. So all of this is to say that August 15th through August 22nd should be the big final killer shark week for 45. And come November, it will be all over. It is over. Over. And of course, you know, I'm sure Melania will divorce him. She's not staying married to somebody with no money. And she's certainly not going to pay his bills. And was it, there's this thing with 10 Leo. So he's got Pluto. Right, Pluto. So the other thing is that he's taking a hit to his natal Pluto by antecedent or contra-antecedent. I don't remember which. I should write better notes to myself around this time as well, which is how we've determined all of that. So I thought this is very interesting. So I'm going to put that out there and let's watch and see what happens. But I'm willing to publicly humiliate myself and be wrong with this, because I don't think I'm wrong. I think I'm right. I think come August, it's all going to implode and collapse underneath him like a sinkhole and swallow it all up. And come November, it will be over. Like literally, the only thing left to do is to sweep the street. So that's it. And I am, again, doing this while we're under an eclipse and a Mercury retrograde, so I have had to reformat a computer, lost all of my files. I'm still waiting for the other computer to finish processing this Jennifer Lopez video for her, who Jennifer Lopez also, by the way, who is also taking this eclipse to her Venus. So as soon as this video comes up, that will be mentioned in that. But in case this doesn't get up in the next day, because June 3rd kicks off the activation for her with this eclipse, June 3rd and June 12th. If I don't get this video processed today and up tonight, keep an eye on June 3rd and June 12th for announcements or surprises involving her love life as a result of this eclipse. And this will be in operation for her until December. So I'm sure she thinks she's going to spend the rest of her life with Ben, but that's not kind of what this is looking like. All right, talk to you guys later.